You probably think you're a pretty law-abiding person, right? I mean, you pay your taxes, you stop at red lights, the usual stuff. But what if I told you that you might be breaking the law every single day and you don't even realize it? Today we're looking at the completely normal, everyday things that could technically get you into trouble.
So I want you to honestly think about this question as we go through this. From the moment you woke up and checked your phone to right now, how many laws did you break? I'm going to bet the answer is probably more than zero, and it's definitely going to surprise you.
First up, let's talk about our digital lives. The internet is where most of these invisible laws are hiding, you know? They're buried in those long terms and conditions we never read and the online habits we never, ever second guess.
Okay, think about this. You walk into a friend's house, and your phone just automatically connects to their Wi-Fi. Seems harmless, right? But in many places, that's technically unauthorized access. Even with zero bad intentions, the law might see it as no different from intentionally breaking into a private network, all just to check Instagram. And then there's the big one, password sharing. We all know it's against a company's terms of service, but what about the law? Well, it's a legal gray area, but some court cases have actually argued it could be considered a form of unauthorized access. With streaming services cracking down, what feels totally normal is definitely bending and maybe even breaking the rules.
Copyright infringement is a huge trap. And it's not just about downloading a movie from a sketchy site. It's using cracked software, grabbing music clips for your social media videos, or even just reposting a great image without giving credit. They all feel so different, but in the eyes of the law, a lot of the time, they're the same offense.
So, here's the crucial point. You might think, but hey, I'm not making any money off of it. Well, the law doesn't really care about that. The act of taking and using copyrighted material without permission is the crime itself. Your intent, unfortunately, doesn't change the facts. And the consequences, they can be serious. People have been hit with fines in the thousands of dollars for downloading a single film. That free movie from a torrent site might not feel like a big deal, but it carries a potentially massive financial risk.
It's not just about data and media, though. The laws that govern our personal interactions and privacy are getting stricter, and it's so easy to cross a line without even knowing it.
Come on, admit it. The temptation is real. Someone leaves their phone unlocked, and you just take a peek at their messages. Well, that small act of curiosity, in some jurisdictions, it's legally considered unauthorized access to private information. Even with a close friend or partner, the law says consent is everything.
And it goes way beyond texts. Ever pull out your phone to secretly record a funny conversation or a heated argument? If the other person doesn't know they're being recorded, that can be a serious invasion of privacy. And here's the key. It doesn't matter if you post it online or not. The act of recording itself can be the illegal part. And this isn't just for big corporations. If you run a small business, a club, or even just a newsletter for friends, and you collect names or emails without getting clear permission, you could be violating major privacy laws like Europe's GDPR. These regulations just go to show how seriously the modern internet takes data privacy.
So how do you stay safe? It's pretty simple, actually. First, always ask for consent. Second, be transparent about how you'll use their data. And third, keep that information secure. It really all comes down to respect and transparency.
Okay, let's step away from the keyboard and into the real world. Because these kinds of invisible laws aren't just for our digital lives. There are plenty of things we do every day, face-to-face, that are also, technically, illegal.
Here's a clever one. Let's say you know you can get those sold-out concert tickets, so you list them for sale online before you actually have them in your hand. Sounds like a smart hustle, but it can be considered fraud. At the moment of the sale, you are actively misleading the buyer because you don't own the item you're selling.
And then, of course, there are the classics. Jaywalking against the signal. Using your phone for maps while you're driving, even at a red light. Getting your windows tinted, just a little too dark. We see these things so often we just forget they're illegal, right up until we're getting a ticket. And unfortunately, the everyone does it defense, well, it never works.
So after all of that, are you feeling a little paranoid? Don't be. The goal here isn't to make you feel like a criminal. It's to help you be more aware so you can make smarter choices.
Here's the main takeaway. Our world is just full of rules, and a lot of them are small and really easy to miss. Knowing they exist isn't about living in fear. It's about being smarter, protecting yourself from fines, and respecting other people's privacy and rights.
So let's go back to that first question. Which one of these genuinely surprised you the most? Was it using a friend's Wi-Fi, reading someone's texts, reposting a meme? Just thinking about what caught you off guard is the first step to being more aware tomorrow